Hello again. Most people are familiar with the name of William Thackeray, author of Vanity Fair, even if they haven't actually read any of his books. He's regarded as being one of the greatest English novelists, ranking alongside Dickens. But was he really an English novelist at all? In recent years, the idea has taken hold that the children of immigrants to Britain and the United States should be regarded as being British and American simply by virtue of having been born in those countries. This is supposed to be the correct view now, even if the children and their families can't even speak English. Thackeray was born and raised in India, where his parents lived. By using our modern and, to my mind, completely mad notions, that means that he was as Indian as anybody else born in that country, even though he and his family couldn't speak a word of any language in India. I'm wondering how sensible this sounds to viewers. Is Thackeray really a great Indian novelist in the same way that Vikram Seth is a great Indian novelist? Let me give another example of what I'm talking about. In 2018, a plaque in Manchester University in England, which had a poem by Rudyard Kipling on it, was covered up by protesters with a copy of a poem by Maya Angelou instead. They were protesting against racist literature. But hang on a minute, Rudyard Kipling was born and brought up in India. By our modern social standards, or at least the ones that we in Britain and America are forced now to accept, surely that makes him an Indian. Racist literature indeed. His poetry is Indian poetry, surely. What about Vivien Leigh? We all know and love her films, of course. Vivien Leigh was also born and brought up in India. Does that make her as Indian as any Bollywood actress? Let me put all this foolishness into a purely personal context. Living next door to me on the outskirts of London is a Bulgarian family. I get on excellently with them as neighbours, although we haven't really got very much in common. At least not in the way I have with the English families living near me. They have a common heritage to me. They've got a lot in common with me, which I don't have in common with Bulgarians next door. Now, here's an interesting thing. The children in this family were both born in England. Their parents had taken some damn silly test, and as a result they've now got British passports. At home, they and their children speak Bulgarian. All their visitors, friends and relatives are Bulgarians. Can I really believe that they're as British as me and my family? Ultimately, there are only two possibilities based upon what we've been looking at so far. Either Vivien Leigh was as Indian as any Bollywood actress, or the children of Indian, African and Mexican immigrants in Britain and the United States are not really British and American in the same way that the children of families who have lived in those countries for hundreds of years are. There's simply no other choice.